Hey everyone, it's Tara. Welcome back to my channel. It has been a minute I shouldn't say since I've filmed, because I've filmed, I just haven't edited and posted anything. I don't know, I guess I just wasn't feeling it, and I've always said if I'm not feeling it, I'm not going to force myself to, but I'm feeling it. So here I am. So today's video, since I never posted an August wrap up or a September wrap up, and it is now basically the end of October, I decided to just look back at my last 2 months of reading, and I'm just going to do like a quick video about my favorites from the past couple of months. August and September specifically. I will hopefully film a full-on August or October wrap up in the next week or two. But yeah, I'm just gonna talk about some of my 5-star reads over the past 2 months. I've had like decently, like just to give you a quick like summary of my reading months, I've had for the most part really good reading months. Rating most books like 3.5 stars or higher. I have DNF'd a couple of books, but overall it's been pretty solid. I did participate in series September, which was hosted by Krista at Books and Jams and Sarah at Sarah's Nightstand. I read a lot of cozies, and yeah, there's some of those are on this like list of like August, September favorites. So I don't even know how many books. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I think. But 2 of them are like books in the same series that guess now what you think that series is. But yeah, so I'm just going to kind of hop right in. I'm going to talk about the books that I don't have physical copies of first. Just because. So first up is the Rural Diaries by Hilary Burton Morgan. So Hilary Burton Morgan, she, I think, got like her like more like popular, like her most of her popularity from the TV show One Tree Hill, which started while I was in high school, and I was a huge One Tree Hill fan. So that's how I know her. She's done other acting, and she's married to Jeffrey Dean Morgan, who's also an actor. And this is just her memoir, and it was specifically about kind of meeting Jeffrey Dean Morgan and their relationship, and basically making the decision to move from LA to upstate New York, and like some of the challenges that they encountered along the way, both in their relationship and their careers, and just like how the like more like rural like farm life is kind of what their family needed in order to succeed. She does talk about some of the struggles with conceiving. She had miscarriages. I know she also talks a little bit, not too terribly much, but she does talk about one of the, I don't remember if he was a producer or one of the writers or like the creator for One Tree Hill, but there were some allegations that came out about him and how he treated women on the set. And so she talks about that. And it was just very interesting. As someone that has been a fan of hers, really liked her acting in One Tree Hill, kind of like loosely have like followed her and Jeffrey Dean Morgan's like careers. I was just very intrigued by their decision to leave like the like glitz and glamour of LA to literally like purchase a farm, and like she's out there like, you know, herding cattle basically, and like just deciding like that's the life that they want. And like they're actually really good friends with like Paul Rudd and his wife, and like they all, like them and a few other families, like got together to like save this local candy store. And it's just all so like, I don't know, it was very interesting. I don't know if like everyone would find it interesting, but if you are a fan of her work, or Jeffrey Dean Morgan's work, maybe you'd find it as interesting as I did, but I really enjoyed it. Then I read the last two published books in the Bake Shop Mystery series, which are Bake, Borrow, and Steal and Donut Disturb. I don't want to say too much about like what they are about, just because they are the, what is it, 15 and 16, 14 and 15? I don't remember the numbers, but you know, it's a long running series at this point. But some of the things that I really liked about these, there's a wedding in Donut Disturb, and there's some drama that comes up in that because a member of the bride's family that has a bit of an interesting past comes and kind of makes a unexpected appearance at the wedding. Bake, Borrow, and Steal. Oh, that one was interesting because it takes place, like the murder happens at a hotel. Was it a hotel or is it a museum? Maybe it's the museum. At the museum, they get like a very like big deal Shakespeare exhibit to come, and stuff goes down at the museum. But I mean, you know, if you've watched my videos for even a little bit, like, you know, I'm a big cozy mystery fan. I've really fallen in love with Ellie Alexander's cozy mysteries in general, like Sloane Krause and the Bake Shop Mystery series, and I've really come to just love the Bake Shop Mystery series. I love Jules. I love the entire like cast and crew at Tort. It's like they're just so comforting to read. So the only thing that I'm upset about is that now I have to wait to read the next one. Like I've been able to like binge read them a little bit, and now that's like always like the bummer about getting caught up in series that are like ongoing, is like you now have to wait. So that's the only negative I have about it, is that now I'm finished with the series and have to wait for, I think the next one is Muffin But the Truth, and that might be coming out relatively soon, like in the next few months. I don't remember. But yeah, so on to the books that I have here. So they're on the floor right here, so I'm going to grab those. While we're talking about cozies, we will go ahead and mention Sunflowers in Sabotage by London Lovett. This is book 10 in the Port Danby series. This is another cozy mystery series that is just fantastic. And they're nice and like short. Like this one is 190 pages, so less than 200 pages. Lacey, she's a great character. I really love her friend Lola, and in this book in particular, you get to see like a different side of Lola because Lola's parents come into town. So Lola like runs and like manages her family's antique shop while her parents are off like buying all of these antiques, and they decide to come to town, and Lola, you get to see a different side of her, and it was fun. The other thing that I liked about this one is the murder takes place at a dog show, which I don't know how, like, I don't know how accurate the drama and like competitiveness of dog shows was in this, but like it's not hard for me to believe that they really are as like competitive and dramatic as they were displayed here. Like there's some drama that ends up being uncovered in this in the whole like dog show scene. So it was cute. I loved it. Then I did a reread for series September, but there was also another reason for it. There wasn't a like specific like reread prompt, but it was like revisit. I don't remember what the exact prompt was. Revisit an old favorite or something like that. So I listened to the audio of Plum Island by Nelson DeMille. because, well, I've been wanting to reread it for a long time. But Nelson DeMille actually just released a new book in the like John Corey series, and this is the first book in the John Corey series. And the newest book that he just released actually kind of goes back to like the roots, back to Plum Island. So I wanted to re-listen. I want to like reread all of the series, just because if you don't know, I don't know, I feel like at least every few videos that I love a sarcastic smartass like male protagonist, male main character, and that started with John Corey in Plum Island. He cracks me up. Like, he's like crass and like a little what's the word I'm looking for? Like, he doesn't always say the most like PC things. He's kind of misogynistic, which like aren't like great qualities by any means, but like for some reason, like it just makes me laugh in here. But he also gets like put in his place a lot by like the like female protagonists in the series, which is nice as well. But this, so in this book, you meet John Corey, who is, in this book, he is, recovering from, he's an NYPD detective who is recovering from being shot on a case. And he is like staying at his uncle's house on Long Island, and he kind of like befriends this couple who works on Plum Island, which is like a real island that like does like scientific research or something. I don't actually know. A research site rumored to be a biological warfare center. So then these two scientists who are married, like, they end up like dead, and he gets like asked by the local police if he can like help them figure out what's going on. But then like the FBI gets involved. Like, it's an adventure, and like what ends up being the reason for their murder is like not at all what you would expect. So it's a good time. It's fun. Like, I love this series. I love this book. It makes me happy in some like weird way. John Corey, like I've said before, okay, minus the like not always saying the most PC things, like John Corey reminds me of John, because of how sarcastic he is, and that is like, yeah, that's John. So like I that's what I always say is like, I like a sarcastic smartass, and that's what John Corey is, and that's what my husband is. So of course I'm gonna love this. Then last up, the last like 5-star read that I had in August and September was Project Hail Mary by Andy Weir. I listened to this, and for reasons that I don't really want to say, it could be considered slightly spoilery. I highly recommend the audio, which I don't always say. It's very rare that I say that I would like prefer the audio, but I feel like the audio adds something that I wouldn't have gotten if I read this physically. So I really enjoyed the audiobook, but in general, like, the story was really, really great. The Martian by Andy Weir is one of my favorite books. And a lot of the things that I loved about The Martian, you see in Project Hail Mary. So it's a lone, like, I don't even want to say astronaut, because he's actually not an astronaut. A lone space traveler ends up alone on a mission, like a last-ditch effort to save planet Earth. And it's a wild ride. So this book, you're kind of are like switching back and forth. There's like two different time, oh my gosh, what is the word? Timelines. Two different, is that the word I'm looking for? Yes, timelines. Wow, it's been a while since I filmed. But you have like him in space trying to like figure out how to save planet Earth. And then basically the events leading to him getting to space as someone who is not like an like astronaut, like a professional astronaut. So it's a wild ride. It's a good time. There's a character in here whom, again, I don't want to say. Wait, let me see if I can. No, I can't, because it's not on the, like, in the synopsis on the desk jacket. There's a character in here that I loved, and I love the dynamic that this character brings to the story. So I can't say a lot about it and a lot about the things that I loved about it because it's spoilery. But if you liked The Martian, I think you would like this. So those are all of the 5-star reads that I had in August and September. So let me know, like, what are some of your like most recent like 5-star reads? I know that some people give them out a little bit more like easily than others. I like them a pretty high like rater of books. Let me know, what are some of like your most recent like favorites, I'll say. Hopefully I'm like back into going to get into like a good like filming schedule again. We'll see. August and September were like, I can't even say like they were like especially busy. It's the end of summer, so you're like trying to get like all that last minute summer stuff in. John and like the whole house got COVID. My sister just came out. We had like some other birthday parties. I don't know. Like, there's not really a good excuse, but I'll use those, I guess. Anyways, that is it for now. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, happy reading. Bye.